Hello, hello. Are you there? Hey, everybody. I'm live and I'm waiting for an audience to build right now. Let's see. If you're here, say hello if you want to. Tell me where you're live and in from, where you live, where you're calling from. And we will get started shortly. So my name is Mitchell Osborn. You can find me at mitchellosborn.com right here, boom, there. Hey, Christy. But I am a psychic medium. I work with tarot cards a lot. I actually have on my website, I have a tarot store, and you don't purchase cards, but you purchase readings. And I do those readings in a live, not live, but in a YouTube video just like this. I read it for you. I send it to you. You get to watch it over as much as you want. I'm also an animal communicator, which is what we'll be doing a little bit of tonight at the end of the evening. I already have my 3 or 4 people who will be getting a reading later tonight for their animals. I think most of them are dogs tonight. Last couple, we've had a horse. Haven't had birds on here yet, or any reptiles. I'm ready for the reptiles. I have a huge connection with the reptiles. And I'm also a mindfulness transformation coach. And basically, that's an umbrella for hypnotherapy, neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, EFT tapping, EMT, eye movement therapy. So I do a lot of that stuff as well. It usually starts with mindfulness and leads to other things. But yeah, so that's who I am. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, what's happened in my life. You'll share what's been going on with you if you want to. And we will go from there. So it looks like there's a few people out there. And if you want, say hello and say where you are Facebook live and in from. And then we will get started. So we're in October, and something that every year I talk about October with people as we're building the audience here. I'll talk a little bit. October is the 10th month, and I read it years ago, and it so resonated with me, and I wish I'd written down where I read it from and more of the details. But remember this, if it resonates with you. If you take the month of October, and like a slinky, you stretch it out over the entire year next year. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Dawn. And if you stretch the month of October out over the entire year of 2020, the next year, ooh, the light just went off, then that represents like the entire year. So it's almost like October gives you a glimpse into what your next year is going to be like. And so like if the 1st of October, it was amazing and wonderful, then January, February, March, going to be wonderful. Mid-October, you're struggling with some financial things. Maybe the summertime, middle of the summer, middle of the year, you're going to have some struggles. So just kind of look at that. It's been really interesting, but wait till the month is over and then start making notes about that. But it's always kind of powerful. And I think a little bit has to do with numerology as well. So, and Dawn's from Utah. Woohoo! You might, Dawn, do you have some cooler weather? I was just watching Seth, the medium, and not coming out tarot Seth, but I forget Seth's last name, on Instagram Live, and I think he's in Colorado, and he said it's very cold there. So he was saying send him some warmth. But hey, those of you who joined, hello, Mitchell Osborn here. But yes, so October is a month that kind of gives you a glimpse into the following year. Now, I just posted this today, and some people started to freak out, and some people jokingly freak out. They're like, what? No! But Mercury is going retrograde October 31st, which is Halloween Day, which also starts the new year for, I believe it's the Gaelic pagan belief system, because like November 1st is the start of the new year for a lot of, I believe it was Gaelic that I read. Okay, it's beautiful in Utah. Good. 80 degrees here as well. But yeah, so we go into Mercury retrograde, and we'll start to feel some of the effects now. Somebody made a comment and said, oh my gosh, I've been living it for 2 weeks already. And I said, you're probably very sensitive, so you're feeling the shadow coming on. Hey, Andy, and you're coming from Autumn Day in the Midwest. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, so Mercury will be in retrograde from October 31st through November 20th. It's typically about 3 weeks. 21 days. And if you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, Google it. But I can tell you in a nutshell that it basically is a time where they believe Mercury, the god of communications, electronics and stuff, when it goes into retrograde, which appears like it's moving backwards in the sky. And I think almost all planets do a retrograde thing. It's like when you're passing someone on the highway. You're both going fast down the highway, but you're going faster. So it looks like the person beside you is going backwards. That's what retrograde really is. And it's just a time where they say signing contracts, emails, electronics get messed up. I had an old iPhone that literally every retrograde, the battery would just boom, 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 it would drop. And then the moment retrograde was over, the battery was fine. I'm a big believer in don't manifest it, don't draw it to you, but be aware that if it starts to happen, say, okay, maybe this is, retrograde. So let's manifest some good things, because I believe it's energy just like anything else, and you can ride the wave or you can let it catch you off guard and pummel you to the ground. But also Halloween is coming up, and that's, like I said, the beginning of a new year for, I believe it's the Gaelic and Pagan. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Type it in, email me, tag me if you're watching this in the replay. But just a quick shout out that I do a Mercury retrograde spread to help you kind of watch over things while you're going through that time. And also one of my favorite things every year, I usually do 2 times a year for the Halloween year ahead spread, and also for those of us who celebrate January 1st as a new year. And it's literally it's where are you right now, and then 1 card per month for an entire year, what to focus on for the year, what to reject for the year, and then what magic might happen for the year. And that is the Halloween year ahead spread. The other one in January I call the Fool spread, which I pull 1 card per day. Hey, Tracy. Hello. So I love people who spell hello H-A-L-O. And I don't know if that's just how you do it, or because someone has been, I think it's a French person, has been going A-L-L-O, which that could be allo, like it's French for hello. So let me know if that's just your cool way of saying hello, or if it's a part of your language or something. But Tracy, I think you're here in Central Florida, or near me. Anyway, so those 2 spreads are available. So, oh, by the way, somebody today said on a post, how do you know what your animal totem is? And I said, oftentimes you can do that in kind of a shamanistic journey or meditative journey. I did it years ago and kind of connected with more than one. But every day when I'm posting animals pictures and little, kind of like a little message from them, I'm just asking who wants to say something today. And that's one of the reasons why I want to do the show, because it's been really cool what's been happening. So those are not necessarily like my totem animal, but they are a totem or a spirit animal message that day for me. And then I put them out there for you guys as well. But the cool things that have been happening is what I wanted to share with you, and I will in just a moment. But next Sunday, we're going to end off the session with a little mindfulness meditative state where we will then venture or journey to meet at least one, if not more than one, spirit animal totems for each person on the live event. So you're from Vancouver, British Columbia. Live the hello rather than hello. Okay, got it. I love it. Love, not life. Okay, got it. Understand. Thank you, Tracy. So anyway, so next week I'm going to do that because someone said, how do you find out? I said, you know what? Let me do it on one of these shows. That's one of the reasons why I want to do this. So right now, whether you're live or watching the replay, and by the way, thanks for sharing this, retweeting, inviting people, broadcasting it, whatever you can do with live Facebook. I truly appreciate that. I want to set an intention for us for this time. If you watch in the replay or you come back to it, watch it, just know that the intention I set, it doesn't have time connected to it. Hey, Tiffany, Rochester, New York. So the intention, and I want you just to take some deep breaths with me, and you can agree with all of it, part of it, or absolutely none of it. So take a couple deep breaths. And the intention I set for us is this, that during this time and beyond, we would receive healing, guidance, confirmation, grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy, whatever you want to call it. I call in any and all of your and my angels and guides and those we work with on the other side, whether we know who they are or not, into this time, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice, and that is for our protection, and all of this for our highest good and greatest growth. I say, and so it is. And so it is. And so it is. So beautiful. So this is the fun part of one reason why I wanted to do this. So today, if you saw on Instagram and Facebook, I posted the crow as the animal totem today. And I don't usually get a picture of an actual one like in person live, but I usually just Google it and find it. But the crow's message today was this: there is a great transformation happening within you right now. Trust that your life history has prepared you for this momentous change. And such a beautiful message from the crow. So every time, thank you, Tracy. So, and there's about a 10, 15 second delay. So you just said, and so it is. And I know that was for the meditation or for the intention setting. So beautiful message from the crow. Now, here's the stuff I love. First of all, I love when someone posts, oh my gosh, I've been seeing crows. Oh my gosh, I just needed to hear that. Perfect timing, divine timing, whatever. I love that. But from personally what I've been really freaking out about, and I do this work, so it still catches me off guard, is my husband, Fabian, has a lot of Halloween costume because he loves this holiday, and he'll let people borrow them. So he was sending to one of his best friend pictures of that, and he's from Argentina, and so sometimes, he's like, how do you say Popeye, or how do you spell Popeye, because he has Popeye the Sailor Man. So I spell Popeye for him because he gets the words sometimes of the letters, especially I and E, he gets them backwards, and he's a sign person, so I'll say like I, or I'll do like E. So I'll do the letters for him, especially when he's trying to do it real fast. So today he goes, what is this? What is this? And I couldn't really tell what he's pointing at. Finally, I looked down and was like, oh, that scarecrow. And he said, I figured he would ask me how to spell it. And he starts typing. He goes, how do you spell crow? And I went, oh my gosh. I jokingly said, well, if you'd looked at my Instagram today, if you'd follow me, you would know how to spell crow. But again, it's like, here we are. I just posted about crows. He didn't look at it, at least not yet. I'll probably like it later. But here he is asking me how to spell crow. And I thought, wow, such cool synchronistic moments. And it's in that moment that I remember, or try to remember, this is a great transformation happening with us right at that moment. Trust that our life history has prepared us for this momentous change. And, I absolutely know beyond a shadow of a doubt, he and I are together for a reason, for each other's personal, spiritual, highest level, evolved being growth that we can. Our love is deep. We push each other. We're like sandpaper, roughing off the edges. We're, it's just an amazing, really cool relationship. And it's not easy, but it's like running a race. You feel good about it, and you have your high moments, and then you have your moments where you need to rest, and then you cross the finish line, and then you run another race. So it's really been cool. And then the other thing that, let's see, I have it written down. So let's see, what day was it? On Thursday, when I'm manager on duty, I get a day off during the week. So we took off Thursday. And normally and he took it off with me. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. So he's like, I'll take it off, let's do something. And normally we tried to plan, and we thought, he goes, you want to just go to the beach like we normally do? I said, well, let's just think about it. And then we were so busy. I had lunch at work, and I was late nights and stuff like that. And finally, Wednesday night, he's like, let's go to De Leon Springs, and we can go to the sugar mill house where you cook your breakfast right on the hot plate in front of you. And they had gluten-free vegan pancakes. Gluten-free, not necessarily vegan, but they were gluten-free and vegan, so I was excited. But so as we're driving there Thursday morning, you know that moment when you just look up, and it's not like you're looking for anything, but you look up and 2 sandhill cranes go flying across just as we start driving. Well, once again, if you were here last week, you know that the sandhill cranes literally popped up in my life when I said, who wants to be the animal totem today? I turn a corner in a road as I'm thinking this, because my message just popped up and said, it's time to post your post. And there they were, 3 of them. And then the message from the sandhill crane is, they are high flyers, always announcing their presence with loud calls. Because of this, they are often considered noble guardians, calling out loudly to forewarn. When the sandhill crane appears, there's usually something in our life we need to watch out for and pay attention. And we had a really good day. It was fun, day to connect, that we were together, taking a day off. We take 2 big vacations every year, but we work hard, like 2 jobs each, and we save up and we go on those vacations. So anytime we have time together. But I just thought that was really beautiful that they flew over and once again make their appearance. Now, here's the thing. I have to look at the day. I have to look at what day it was. 4 days ago. So this would have been on, I think it would have been, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. Well, it had to be Wednesday. It was probably Wednesday. So 4 days ago would have been Wednesday. My animal totem, and I was thinking, it was so funny because that day I kept thinking, who wants to be the animal totem today? Finally, manatee jumped in my brain. So I posted manatee. And manatee is this: surrender the current challenges in your life. Choose peace instead of struggle and accept what you cannot change. So that was my post for Wednesday. Well, Wednesday night I come home and we discussed we're going to go to DeLeon Springs. Wouldn't you know? We're pulling out of the pontoon boat to go for a little tour up the springs, the St. John's area. And sure enough, there are 3 manatees that we saw at 3 different places. So here we are. Look at, once again, the synchronistic moments, because we did not know where we were going. The manatees popped in and said, I need to be the message today. And then here they are giving me yet another message. Now, the cool thing is as we're going on the boat, these probably only about 9 to 10 inch mullet are jumping. And it's funny because the woman who was running the boat, she said, they're jumping for one of 3 reasons or all 3. And she said, 1, they're running from something because they think they're going to get eaten. 2, they're bottom feeders, so they get stuff on their scales and they're jumping, trying to knock it off. She said, or 3, my favorite one is they're considered very happy fish and they're jumping for joy. And I just thought, oh, what a beautiful message that they're jumping for joy. So here the mullet are literally jumping for joy. And then another beautiful creature that showed up that day was the osprey. And here in Central Florida, we see a lot of ospreys. I see them on telephone poles almost every day driving to work. And every day driving to work, when I see them, I lean forward and I say, thank you. Thank you for the message. Thank you for being there. And a lot of hawks as well. But the osprey's message is this. The osprey is a majestic bird of prey, an adept hunter of the seas. It has come to symbolize lots of different things. The osprey is a symbol of true power with mastery over the sea, air, and land. It is a true hunter with speed, agility, power, and precision. So such a beautiful, powerful bird. And when you read that, you're like, dang, eagles and hawks ain't got nothing on them. So they're a pretty powerful bird themselves. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this every Sunday night, as well as the animal communication readings, because the animal totems have just been really popping up. I felt pressed to start sending out, daily animal totem messages. And then, of course, people are commenting. So any of the animals that I've spoken of today, if they've crossed your path in the last 7 to 10 days, definitely let me know, because it just solidifies that synchronistic moment and the beauty of what we do. So yeah, and just so you know, I will be doing readings in about 5 to 10 minutes, probably about 5 minutes. But and the ones who are getting readings, I will tell you who they are: Chris with Jake, and Andy with George, and Kathleen with Rusty. And then I should have time, Suzanne, for Puppy. And I believe Puppy is the name. So there are 4. I usually can get through 4. So Tracy said yes to eagles and hawks. Always grateful to see them. They are beautiful. Hey, Natasha, I'm not sure why you're saying me. If it's in reference to an animal communication, those that I just read, they've already posted them throughout the week, and I have to pull the pictures off, and I have to get the pictures loaded in my computer and stuff, so I can't do that now. Plus 4 is about all I can get through. But here's what I've already done for everybody. So, Natasha, if you're asking for a reading for an animal in your life, like an animal that lives with you, I've already created the next event, which is going to be on a week from tonight, the 27th, on my Facebook page. Go there, read the description so you know what's expected and the rules. And then because I need some specifics from you, and go there and post a picture. That way you'll be first in line. And I usually do go in order, but I'm going to tell you that if Spirit directs me to do something differently, I will. And if I don't get to the fur baby or your animal, then you can post it the next week. And I may even try to type in there, hey, I didn't get to this one, please post it for next week, but you'll need to post it each week to get a reading. And then you need to be here. If you're not here, then what I'll do is I'll do a bullet point reading. There won't be any give and take, and I'll just let you know what I'm getting from the animal. But tonight, as I do the reading, I want each of you to reply back. So if I mentioned your name and your animal's name, which is all dogs tonight, then please let me know that you're here. Just say, I'm here, and your animal's name. We've got Jake, George, Rusty, and Puppy. And that's the order I'll be going in. Jake, George, Rusty, and Puppy. So let me know if you're here. Just say, I'm here, and your baby's name. So, while we're waiting, any questions about animal communication? Not reading your animal, but how I communicate, what I do, work, and stuff like that. Just let me know as I take a sip of water. So if you guys know Bartolomeo, he is right there on the chair. I have to pull it. I don't have to, but I pull a chair up for him every night, and he sits with me. And in that red chair with the blue knitted thing on the back, that's where I meditate every morning, and usually he comes in with me. So yay, Kathleen, you're here. Rusty, Rusty is there with you in Black Hills, South Dakota. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you'll definitely get a reading tonight. And as I read tonight, the moment I say something, start typing. Let me know if it makes sense. Because of the delay, I want to get as much back and forth as we can, especially if I say something, say that makes sense, that doesn't make sense. I get it. What are you talking about? But definitely let me know. So let me know if you're here because, like I said, I'm going with Chris and Jake first. So Chris, let me know if you are here. Yay, Andy, I remember seeing you already here at once. So good. Yay, wonderful. George in spirit, yes, and there are animals that are alive with us or in spirit, and that's something in the expectation of the notes of the event that I ask you to let me know. I used to not ask and just tap in, but the challenge for me was those in spirit's energy were so alive that I felt foolish when I kept saying, yeah, I see them around. I said, are you having difficulty getting them to eat? And they'd be like, they're not with me anymore. So I felt really foolish because their energy was so alive. And usually I can flip it and tap in and see if I feel it. If I feel the energy more up in my third eye or upper chakras, then I know they're in spirit. If it's lower, then I know they're still here. Hey, Troy, what's up, man? How are you? So I am going to be starting my animal communication readings here in just a moment, but I want to make sure. So I've got Kathleen and Andy here. If Chris, if you're out there with Jake, let me know, because if not, then I'll leave you for last. Otherwise, Andy, I'll be coming to you first because George is next in line, and then Kathleen, Rusty, and then Suzanne. Suzanne, you just posted late tonight, so I figured you would probably be coming in. So, Chris, let me know if you're there with Jake. If not, I'll do a reading real quick at the end, in case you're watching this in the After Effects. So, all right. Well, I am going to go ahead and get started, and we'll go. So, all right. So I didn't hear from Chris, so I'm going to go ahead and go to. So, Andy, I'm going to come to you first with George. So let me bring George up. So there is George, and Andy, I'm pretty sure George is the dachshund. Let me know. It definitely looks like a dachshund. And I'm assuming by the name George that he was male. Let me know if otherwise, because there could be Georgina, and you call them George. I use my gender neutral pronouns. I've been really getting good with that. I'm part of a really cool online group that's teaching me a lot about gender neutral pronouns and stuff. So hey, Trisha. Cool, Andy. And Andy, thank you for saying yes. Just say yes, he's a boy, or yes, something something, so I know what you're yesing to because of the time delay. Literally, it's been like 20 seconds. So just let me know. But I'm going to assume yes, he's a male. Okay, good. Thank you. He's a male. So you said George crossed over on Easter Sunday, 2018. And right there, I'm going to say this. Animals, I don't want to say love, but animals, a lot of animals cross on holidays, just like a lot of humans do. It's often a time where a lot of energy is there, a lot of love is there, a lot of times family is around. Lovita crossed on Memorial Day. Toby crossed on Groundhog's Day, and Tiffany crossed Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So it was it was the Thanksgiving week. But Groundhog's Day is kind of a random day, but it's still a day But they do love to cross during that time. You said he was, and you put the he pronoun here. I should have read. You said he was 16 and a half when he passed. You said, I miss him terribly. Any messages for his mama? Here he is in his younger days with two of his favorite toys. So looking at this picture, so any messages for Mama? It's so funny. It's so funny because he's showing me tears in his eyes and he's saying, "Don't cry, Mama. Don't cry, Mama." And he's telling me you cried for like a month, and nonstop. I know with each of our animals. One of them, it was like 3 days that I still had just spontaneous tears, but most of them, it was about 24 to 48 hours that I would just think of them and I know now as an adult not to hold the tears back, but I would think of them and I would just have spontaneous tears. And then probably after about 2 to 5 days, there weren't quite so many tears, but I could remember a lot of the joy. It's so funny. He's not that talkative to me, but he did say, tell her what you always tell all your clients. And what he's referring to is, as much pain as it was to say goodbye to him, that's how deep the love was. And this is something I say to a lot of clients. Yes, it is painful to say goodbye and to lose them in the physical form, but as painful as it is, as deep as the pain is, that's how wide the love was, or vice versa, whichever way you want to put the deeper wide. But he's saying, when you hear that little tick, 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 that's him. So I don't know if you've heard if he has like the nails walking on like tile or hardwood floor, but he said that's him. So you said this was 2018, so it's been over a year and a half. So I still feel like you hear that. So let me know if you hear like the little tick, tick, tick of something, like the feet walking across the floor. That's him. He's telling me he's, kind of missing or connecting to another one. So was there like another sibling? I feel like it could have even been like a blood sibling, like another dachshund or something. Very, very deep love. Always said we were codependent. Hopefully that was in a good, positive way. And they usually are. He just told me this probably would have been around 7 or 8 years old for him. So do the math. This would have been that could have been about 16. So this could have been, yes, you hear him now. Okay, good. So think about when he was about 7 or 8 years old, he was there for something really big in your life. So that's about 9 years ago, if I'm doing the math right, because he's been gone a year and a half. Was there a health issue or there's something big and traumatic going on in your life? And this would have been, like I said, this could have been like 2011, if I'm doing the math, but would have been when he's around 7 or 8. But it's like he was there for a big moment for you, and it was a challenging moment, not like marriage or graduation, but more like moving halfway around the world or losing someone or something like that. Your Gus, another doxy in the household passed in 2016. But this would have been when. So what I'm saying is, this would have been when who was this? This is Georgie. This would have been when George was about 7 or 8 years old. So this is like 10 years ago. He's telling me something traumatic or something big happened then. So let me know if that makes any sense, if you feel anything there. But yeah, and let me know if there's any other specific question as I'm kind of coming to a little bit of an end here. Let me know about those two things I just asked. And then I'll be going to Kathleen next with Rusty. And also, Chris, if you're out there, let me know. I'm going to be reading Jake, but if you're not here right now, well, yes, 2012, Gracie passed away. Okay, all right. So Gracie was another one that you were dealing with, and that would be about right because that's like 9 years ago. So I'm thinking that's about right time. So it was a big moment for you. Was so okay. So you're saying okay. So the other doxy was Gus. Okay, and was that a blood relative? Or were there any other blood? Because he was mentioning another dachshund. Yeah. So so 2012, Gracie. I feel like that's what he's referring to. Like he was there for a big moment for you then. Just hope he knows how much you love. Yes, absolutely. They know that. They feel that. That's why they chose to come into your life because they love you very, very much as well. So, and Andy, I think you probably know by now, I've got a dachshund here named Sheldon that lives with us. He's 18 years old. Barely got any teeth. Can't see very well, but he knows where the food is, and he eats and poops and sleeps most of the day. But every about once a week, both Fabian and I, we look at him, we hug him, we kiss him, we say, "Listen, buddy, we love you. Stay around as long as you want, as long as you're healthy and having a good life, and you're enjoying their time. Stay around. We love you." And he's still here. He's still here. Yes, and you say Gracie was like a mama to him. Okay, gotcha. That makes a little bit of sense because I felt like there was something big there for him. So everybody watching this, whether you're live or in the replay, just send George and Andy some beautiful high vibration on this journey that they're both on. As George is off to other, journeys outside the body. Andy's still here working with the family, and I can imagine, Andy, you have some dogs in your house now. So let us know who's still living with you, who's you still got with you. All right, so I've not seen from Chris, so I am going to Kathleen. So Kathleen, let me know that you're still here so I can tap into Rusty. And Andy, you might not want to smooch too much on Sheldon. His breath is pretty bad. The little teeth where, he's at that age where you can't go, put them under to take the teeth out because it's just too hard on their system. So we brush what little teeth are left. Every once in a while I think I'm going to reach in there and just yank one of them out, but I don't want to do that. Okay, good. Kathleen, you're here. Good. Thank you, Tracy. All right, Kathleen. So, Kathleen, we are working with Rusty. So here is Rusty. Ta-da! There's Rusty. So, you said Rusty is your roommate. I love it. I love. I think I've said this on this broadcast before. In the state of Florida, animals are property, and I hate the thought of thinking of them as your property. But I jokingly say, but if my property is taken, I'm going to go pick it up and bring it home. So that I like. I don't look at us as owners. I look at us as, like you said, roommates, and I look at us as caretakers or humans that can open the can of food and feed them and let them in and out of the house and take them to the vet because they can't do that stuff. But what they do for us goes way beyond what we do for them. So Andy did say, yes, Bella, Lulu, and Muggs, wonderful doxies in the house. So you are a doxy person. You are a dachshund person. It's so funny. I never say doxies, and I do not like wiener dogs. I don't know why, but I hate the word wiener or wiener dogs. Could be because I'm a boy and I hated that growing up. But I'm a big dachshund. I say the word dachshund. And I can't say dachshund, which other people say. Doxy is not so bad, but I don't say it. It's so funny. I think you have to be a doxy person to be able to say it. So, all right. So looking at Rusty here. So, and let's see, you said she is female, Pembroke Corgi with a tail. I love it. She has seizures, which are controlled with medication. But can you discern any messages from her? Is she happy, or what does she need or want? So, I'm tapping into the seizures and the medication. And it's funny because she's telling me that's something she brought into this life. And I never have heard an animal say that. So it's almost like she came in with that. Wow, this is like, what it feels like is kind of a past life kind of a connection. Tracy, you volunteered at Animal Sanctuary the greatest place to be. Oh, that's wonderful. If you ever, need my help, private message me about something. If you got a tough case or something going on, you need me to tap in real quick, let me know. Definitely let me know. So Kathleen, I feel like Rusty, and this is one of those things we probably can't really pinpoint or prove, but I feel like Rusty came in with this kind of like, I'll say condition. But it's almost like, like the feeling is like almost like an autistic child who comes in, they just are vibrating higher than the rest of us. They're like, I think they're off the chart intelligent and evolved beings, and they're like, how do I live in this planet that's so dense? And I feel like there's a little bit of that came in. You're welcome, Tracy. And part of me is wanting to say this because a lot of times I feel like, medication we can do without, we can find ways around it. But I think there's something very important for them with this medication that's really, really important. I have a feeling you might have tried to see if it would work without it, and you find out you just got to do it to maintain. And it's so funny with the tail. I'm laughing because it's like she was like, "You are not gonna take my tail." So I don't know if do they cut corgi tails, or are they just a breed that has no tail? Because I remember they just have like a nub. But it was one of those things where it's almost like she came in with a tail on purpose, and it's like I'm gonna come in whole and complete is what it felt like. So very interesting. And let me just see if there's any messages. Thank you for letting me be out in the sun. Thank you for letting me roam a little bit. I kind of feel like she doesn't. Yes, they docked him. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, she was like, it's not going to happen. So I don't know how she got away with it or didn't, or somebody just said they're not going to, because it's not like she could have put up a fight at that age probably. Gotcha. But yeah, it's almost like it's almost like Rusty is saying, thanks for letting me be outside. Thanks for letting me roam. I don't want to say she doesn't like to be inside, but I think she likes her freedom. She is definitely a bigger energy than she knows. She is bigger than she thinks. She's bigger than she thinks she's bigger than she is. So I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't act like a German Shepherd or a Great Dane, just this big kind of energy and breed and being. And Tracy said, I feel like she likes to dance with her tail. I love it. I love it. Hey, Suzanne, you just tuned in. When can I watch the replay? Love seeing Spirit talk to you. So Suzanne, I've got you. You're coming up next, so hang tight. We're still on. I have not gotten to Puppy yet, so we're going to get to Puppy. So you're good. You're good to go. So you said, God, yes. What was that to the dancing with her tail from Tracy? Let me know. Let me know what we hit exactly on, so I know how to proceed forward. But definitely Kathleen, it's like, I feel like it's the bigger thing. Bigger, loves to be outside. She seems to be very much a person dog, meaning she'll hang with other dogs, but she'd rather be with the person, which is weird considering she thinks she's much bigger than she is, because a lot of smaller dogs no to being outside. Okay, cool. She likes being outside. I think that's what, let me know. But yes, I think she's really a people person. I can see her like always wanting to be where the people are, where other dogs don't mind being off by themselves. Yes. She loves being outside. Beautiful. There's something about the freedom out there. I feel like she can fly. So, she's just got lots of very off-planet energy, which is really, really beautiful. Very kind of alien-like energy. Andy, you are welcome. I assume you're heading out. Thanks for coming in. Hope to catch you again soon. Tomorrow night, V and I are doing live readings at 7:30 p.m. on my Facebook page. So Kathleen, let me know if there's anything else specific. You said, what does she need or want? Immediately when I said that, I'm seeing I want more meat. So I don't know what, and I'm going to be honest with you, she's showing me like raw meat, like raw chicken or something. So I don't know if her diet's a little restricted or something like that. But it's almost like I want more meat. And oddly enough, it's like raw meat. So also, if you find her maybe catching small animals or something like that, this could be part of it too, because she's kind of desiring or wanting more meat. And I'm tapping into her energy, and it's almost like I need more protein. So check into that. This is where, I'm not a vet. I can't diagnose, I can just tell you what I'm seeing, and then I tell you to either Google it or check with your own vet. So when it comes to that, check with your own vet or Google it and understand if something's going on. But it's almost like I want more protein, I need more protein for her, and I think it's because she thinks she's much bigger than she is. Yes, I am a new widow with these wild girl I love, and she catches mice. Okay, so there might be something to this for this meat, this protein thing, but it feels like it needs to be really raw, pure kind of a meat. Again, check with the vet, check that out, just see if there's anything deficient there. Tracy said, I'm vegan, so this is hard. It is. Is it marrow bones? I'm not sure what you mean. Like the marrow of the bones that you could be wanting or needing. I'm not sure, but Kathleen, definitely check with your vet about that and see. And Kathleen, let me know if there's any other final thing you want to ask. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of start bringing this to an end. Ask everybody watching live or in the replay to send you, Kathleen, and Rusty some beautiful high vibration on your journey, and to understand a little bit better how to live with her and work with her. Yes, definitely check with the vet. And Tracy's saying it may be like needing some more marrow. For the bones or something, or that's what they're desiring. And it could be something simple as a vitamin or like a protein supplement or something like that. Because I know a lot of people who get their animals on really beautiful diets. So Kathleen, thank you. You are welcome. I'm glad I got to read her and connect with her energy. So everybody's sending Kathleen and Rusty some beautiful high energy. You are welcome. All right, so I'm moving on. So Suzanne, let me know you are there. And if Puppy's with you, let me know. And then I'm going to bring Puppy up. So Suzanne, just kind of connect. Let me know you're here. And also, if Chris, if you showed up with Jake, Jake's energy, because Jake has passed. If you showed up, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just do a quick reading at the end for you, and you have to catch it in the replay. You're welcome, Kathleen. Thanks for showing up and being here. Thanks for sharing this beautiful little soul with us. So, Suzanne, let me know you're here. There's about a 12, 15, 20-second delay, so it may take a moment to get you online. Ooh. So, anybody else who's married and wears a wedding ring, every once in a while you just have to take it off. You feel like it's like it's choking you. I only have to maybe like once every 2 or 3 weeks, and it's usually when I'm bloated and it feels tight on me. But I just took it off, so if all of a sudden you see it missing, it's on the table in front of me. So Suzanne, let me know you're here. There you are. Okay, good. So and let us know if Puppy is with you. So here is Puppy. I love this picture. So you said Puppy is 14 years old, alive. You said, is he in a lot of pain? Is his time coming soon? So tapping into the energy, and this is a sensitive subject, and I honor that you're asking the questions. I honor that you're asking them out loud here in front of everybody. And I will be honest and tell you what I get from them. And it's usually the truth. I'm not gonna, sometimes they won't tell me, they won't talk about it. So Puppy definitely is showing me the concern you have for them. And it's like he's just kind of saying like, don't worry. Be real conscious, everybody, anytime anything's going on with your babies, be real conscious about doing the pity party for them, the woe is them, or feeling sorry for them. I think energetically, that's one of the worst things you can do for them is feel sorry for them. That's just heavy energy. What you want to do is, and what I do is I flip and say, wow, you are such a little warrior. Fighting, struggling. If I see an animal that's struggling to live, especially like on TV when they show things, I always just say, wow, what a warrior you are. When I see an animal on the side of the road that may have been hit, we have a lot of roadkill here in Central Florida. I always say, wow, thank you, little warrior, for showing me these messages. So be conscious of, your energy that you're injecting on them. Now, with that being said, I do feel that Puppy's showing me he's got more time. I feel like almost another 12 months. I really do. That doesn't mean that's a solid and definite thing, because it just depends on what happens between now and then. I'm being shown a lot of inflammation, Suzanne. So this is where, let me know if there's been some joint stuff or there's been some inflammation of things. And I feel inflammation through the entire body, which oftentimes when it's through the entire body, then that's often blood stuff, which I don't know what inflammation of the blood would be. But there's definitely like inflammation. So look into foods. This is where you have to Google or check with your vet or Google it and see what might be some foods or things that would reduce inflammation, but also foods and things that don't, that are giving inflammation, you can reduce them out. Tracy said, I feel like he's not ready to go either. Good, thank you. So Suzanne, you said I nailed it. I've been having a pity party for him. And that is tough. It is tough because really what you're doing is you're worried, which is not good either. You want to always keep the high vibration. Tell me what I can do for you. How can I make this the best? How can I learn from this experience? How can I grow? Legs swell. Okay, legs swell and a weak heart. And the weak heart, I feel like the weak heart could be changed by your energy for them. See them as a warrior, because a warrior has a strong heart. So see him as this beautiful baby that still is gonna be phenomenal up until they take their last breath, whenever that may be. So just see them, because I do feel like you can bring about some great quality of life for a little more time. And how much does puppy weigh? Because puppy looks like in my first, I thought puppy was like 60 to 80 pounds, but now that I'm looking, I'm thinking, I think maybe they're only like 30 pounds. So I get a big energy feel at first, but then now when I look, I'm actually looking at like things around him, and I'm saying, I don't think he's that heavy, that big of a dog. I don't think he's overweight at all either. But you're looking at some things and foods that would promote, anti-inflammatory, but then also things that get rid of things that are promoting inflammation in the body. And I think that would be a big help. Make sure their water's good. I'm a big fan of Brita water filter, pouring it into glass, metal, or ceramic bowl, not plastic. 25 pounds. I love it. All right. Sorry, puppy. And it's not like you look fat. You just look like a big dog. You look like a big dog. And we were discussing this last week. So does puppy have good hearing? Because we were talking about white dogs a lot of times are deaf. So I wonder if puppy has hearing loss at all. I don't feel it, but I was just curious since puppy's white. But Suzanne, let me know if there's anything else. Kind of answering your questions. The pain aspect, animals don't feel pain like we humans do. We humans love to attach emotion to it, which then intensifies it. So it's one of those things where the animal's like, yeah, I feel pain, but I'm okay. They just move on. Where we humans go, I'm in pain. Why don't somebody help me? I'm a victim to this pain. Is it ever going to go away? Is it going to come back again tomorrow? What can I take for it? What's going on? We start to analyze it, where the dog's just like, ow, that hurts. And then they move on without it. So it's like someone who, because pain is really just sensors in your body telling your brain something's going on somewhere else. So you said you are so right on about all of it. Going deaf, and that's something we were talking about with white dogs that have white fur. But a lot of dogs, as they get older, they do. Sheldon's hearing went probably about 2 to 3 years ago, we could tell, and sight as well. But Suzanne, let me know if there's anything else specific you want to ask. Otherwise, everybody watching, replay or live, just send Suzanne and Puppy some beautiful, wonderful high vibration. Especially as we're coming, towards the twilight, the senior years of Puppy's life. Give Suzanne strength, understanding, and guidance, as, tough decisions may come. And to everybody, I say this. I've had this conversation with Sheldon for probably 3 years now. And I always tell my clients, I said, sit with your animal and really connect to their energy in physical form, especially when they're getting older. Because when they pass, you want to be able to feel and know that energy. Know that when that energy comes around, it's there. So you recognize it. And then the other thing, you said he won't let you touch his body. Well, first of all, what I would say is, check your own personal energy, bring your own personal energy into a calm, peaceful place. Because if he's real sensitive right now, he's almost like a cat, where a cat, you can pick up a cat and hold it for like 30 seconds and then it's done with your energy because it feels it. So make sure you're in a good place. And if you start to take away the pity party for him, then he may let you touch him. But also, one thing you can do is sit down, calm your own personal energy, and just set the intention that you're going to allow your beautiful, peaceful, calm energy to do any healing work on yourself and on Puppy, and just see if he doesn't move closer to you and sit down near you. But the touching, don't take it personal. He's just in protection mode, and your energy right now may be a little more than he can handle. It may be too healing. It may be just too, dense for him. So we are offering that healing to him. We are offering high vibration. Whether he takes it or not is up to him. Where he places it, how he uses it is up to him. It's like placing food in front of an animal versus shoving it down their throat. That's how I offer energy and healing. And then everybody, like I was saying, sit with your animals and let them know, talk to them and say, here's how I would like it to go down. I've told Sheldon I would love to just wake up one morning with him next to me and him having taken his last breath at night. But I also say, if that's not how it goes down, I will be the one. Fabi and I we're usually together. We go to the hospital. We do what we have to do. We hold them. We hug them. We say goodbye. We watch them take their last breath. And it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I've done it 3 times with Fabian, and I'll do it again tomorrow if I have to, because of the love. Tracy said the animals respond beautifully to the healing energy. They really, really do. And like I said, offer it to him. Don't tell him where it's going to go. Don't force it. Just like Sheldon has like a little bump here with his teeth. And I just offer the energy to that area, whether it goes to there, or goes to here, or goes to here, or goes where else. I just offer it to him rather than thinking I know best, because that could be part of his path, part of his journey to kind of figure that out. So just offer it to him, just like a cup of water you would give to a stranger. You're not going to walk up and pour this water down their throat. Just offer it to them. So like we said, offering you a lot of beautiful high vibrational healing. So you're welcome, Kathleen. This is the other thing that I wanted this to be about learning, to be about healing. And the word healing, for me, I call it a human word. A spiritual place, what I like to say is, let's get in harmony and alignment with our true self, connected to source. And then what usually happens when we're vibrating with our true self, what we call healing happens. So I don't feel like a healer. I feel like someone who can facilitate bringing a person into harmony and alignment, which then that's when I think healing happens. So Suzanne said, oh my God, thank you so much. You're welcome. Best reading ever. That touched you deeply. I'm so glad. That's what I hope this, and my intention is for this. You answered all your worries. Wonderful, wonderful. So keep us updated, as we each have, as we have more of these. Anybody that I ever read, if you come back on and there's some stuff going on with your animal, especially, changes and shifts, positive things, let us know. So I'm sending the vibrations, everybody, and we're going to say goodbye to Puppy now. We're going to take him off the screen. So I'm going to do the final reading, just a real quick one. Chris, let me know if you're out there. You have Jake, who is in spirit. So Chris, let me know if you're out there with Jake's spirit. If not, I'm just going to do a quick reading, and then we'll wrap this up because it's almost 8 o'clock my time. So thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. And let me bring up Jake. So here is Jake. Yes, Kathy, it is Evan's birthday. Yesterday was Jamie's. Today is Evan. And Evan Moore was one of the co-hosts on Jamie and my Cosmic Caffeine. It was pretty much Jamie's, and then I came on, and then Evan came on. So it was really Jamie's show, but we did that for like 2 or 3 or 4 years. But Evan passed away a couple years ago. And it was a pretty wild experience for all of us because his energy kept hanging around and we kept doing the show. And today's his birthday. So if you ever hear us or any of us talk about 333, that was when Evan passed at 333, and that number pops up all the time. Funny thing, my Twitter account is Intuitive Me 333, and it was that way before I did Cosmic Caffeine or anything. So. And Tracy said, I was doing Reiki healing on one of the dogs at the sanctuary. It was so cute. He was pushing his back up to me and took his head and pushed someone away, told them they had to wait until the session was over before he was going to spend time with them. I love it. I love it. So, all right. So, Chris, if you're watching this in the replay, and I hope you are, tapping into Jake's energy, mini male, mini schnauzer. You said you lost him 9 years ago and never found him. Oh, you lost him. I didn't read the whole thing. I bet you lost him like in spirit and never found him. Just want to know if he has crossed over or is still alive. He would be 16. You're his aunt. So, Chris, when I tap into this energy of Jake, I'm going to be honest. I feel he's still. Oh my gosh, you're here, Chris. Yay. Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen you. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Did you just come on or did I totally miss you this whole time? So Chris, I still feel he's alive. I really do. And anybody out there, I know Tracy, you've been chiming in as well. Anybody out there who is intuitive and connective, let me know your feeling. Even if it disagrees with mine, that's okay. Oh my gosh, 333 is your dad coming to say hello. Your 333 is the third time I've seen it. Oh, I love that. I love that, Tracy. Yeah, and thank you to Kathy who prompted Evan, which prompted me to say that. So more synchronicities. So Chris, so I feel he's still out there. I really do. It's so funny. I see him with an older couple. I really feel he's well taken care of. His energy is very talkative to me. I feel like he's well taken care of. I feel like this is so funny. So Tracy, what did you want me to repeat? I just said you're telling me all the 333s, and I thought it was funny that Kathy said something about Evan, which prompted me to say something about 333. So, I said, Kathy, I said, maybe Tracy, you're talking about, tap into, this is Jake's energy. He went missing, how many years ago? 9 years ago. And he would be about 16 if he's still alive. I do feel he's still alive. Yeah. It's interesting. So Chris, I feel like he went on to another adventure. I feel like I said, with an older couple, and I really am being drawn to the older female. I feel like breast cancer or female cancer of some sort. I feel like his journey was to get to her. And sometimes this is a very, it's hard for us to hear because we love him so much, but sometimes their mission is to move on to someone else. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know that you'll ever see him or whoever the humans are. You said your aunt. I don't know that you'll ever see them again, but I do feel he's out there. Why am I seeing very deserty areas? Is this in like the Arizona Southwest area, New Mexico, something area? I'm seeing like a very dry area. And this could be where he ended up. But I'm seeing like almost like, retirement area, not Florida because it's too humid here, but a very dry area. Let me know if that's where they lived or lost him or something like that. But yeah, I do feel like he's very happy. He's literally going kiss, 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 kiss. And it's like this wet, slobbery kiss, kiss, kiss. He's showing me, and I think this would have something to do with the previous owners, whoever your aunt to or sister to, or whatever. He showed me a blue collar. So let me know if when he went missing, there was a blue collar or something. It feels like a very thick, just plain and simple blue collar. This is so strange because I had breast cancer 9 years ago when we lost him in Connecticut. Oh my gosh. So there could have been, was he with you during the breast cancer and kind of a helper? Yes, Susanna's saying what I'm about to say. Jake is a healer for sure. Because I feel like he might have done what he needed to do for you and then moved on to somebody else. So this could be his way of really letting you know that he is alive. So yeah, and you said it was 9 years ago. So let me know if maybe right when you went into remission or right when it was discovered or detected, that's when he went. Because I feel like there's a key point where he shifted and moved his energy. So yeah, so as we're waiting on this, because I'm getting close to 8 o'clock, as we're waiting, let's send Jake. No, he was your sister's dog. But were you near your sister, or did you have a connection with him, like physical? Were you near him? Or did your sister have a connection with you and the breast cancer and stuff like that? And by the way, yay for you that you're still here 9 years later. What a warrior you are. As I started chemo, he was lost. Okay. And that could be, it could be like, okay, I got you on that journey. And it could be just he's in your life connecting with your sister connecting with you. Yeah. So, as you continue to type some things, let's just send Jake. Let's send Chris, let's send Chris's sister, and let's send whoever Jake is with a lot of beautiful high vibration. If there's any way there's a reunion that would be conducive for all parties involved, that would be wonderful. But if Jake is full on to another journey, an adventure, then we understand and we honor that. But just send some beautiful high vibration. And Chris, we send you beautiful high vibration, the warrior you are. So, and I'm going to just take Jake's picture down as I'm bringing it to a close. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Type in any messages, any final comments or thoughts you want to as I'm about to bring this session to a close. And next week, I will do this again. So if you've had a reading for an animal, maybe wait about 2 to 3 months before you post another picture of another animal, just so other people can get in. But you can always say, hey, I've already had one, put me at the bottom of the list. And, because if I only get 2 people and you've had one and you're the third person, I'm going to go with the third person. It's okay. We will always love him. Beautiful. So Lisa, high vibrations and love and healing. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so I've already posted the next event, which is a week from tonight. And I'm going to do just a quick little 8 to 10 minute meditation to find any spirit animal guides or animal totems for us next week. So definitely make sure you click on that you're going or you're interested so you get an update. And then if I post anything in there, it'll automatically post you since you're going or you're going to plan on being there. But thank you, everybody, so much for coming out. And thanks for sharing this, reposting it, commenting. If you want to check out my website, mitchellosborn.com, Mercury retrograde starting October 31st, going through November 20th. I do a spread that I deliver back in a YouTube video specifically designed for you. It's not a canned spread. I design it just for you. Also, the Halloween Year Ahead spread, which is 16 cards for the whole year from November to November. And yeah, that's about it. I also do intuitive sessions, which we can do virtual or in person if you're in the Orlando area. So I say to you, namaste. May the powerful, beautiful, wonderful, awesome sexiness in me see and recognize the beautiful, powerful, wonderful, awesome sexiness in you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Until next time, bye-bye.